No. Yeah, not too many caps, Pi.
I hear you're recruiting.
Why don't you step inside? You'll get paid when the job's done, just like everyone else. Who's next? You three look like you could do some damage. Looking for a good fight?
Especially comic book films where everything is just an alternate Earth or whatever. Whoops, forget I'm not in my safe space. Yeah, I think the limit is 8 capital characters. You're really scared for the Dark Tower, but you're also excited to see what they do with it. Not in Marvel. DC is the one who has the multiverse. So does Marvel. Indeed.
Sure, if this is the place to go after Archangel.
This is the place. Standard fee is 500 credits each. You get paid when the job's done.
500?
Your friends don't collect your share. You'll need your own weapons and armor. Looks like you got that covered. And no, this does not make you a member of the Blue Suns Eclipse of the Blood Pack. You are a freelancer, period. Any questions?
We don't cover your health insurance. No benefits. No bennies. Casting of Idris Elba as Roland made a lot of noise. I have no idea who Roland is.
Why are the mercs working together to take down Archangel?
You haven't been on Omega long, huh?
Nope.
He does everything he can to screw with us. Shipments go missing. Operations are compromised. Every month it gets worse. Tarek and the other bosses are tired of losing credits. And men.
Is he a heavy hitter? How many merc bosses are involved in this attack?
Yeah, Tarek runs the Blue Suns, but all 3 bosses are overseeing the operation. Jarrett's leading the Eclipse and Garm's the head of the Blood Pack. Tarek's in charge, but the others would never say that. I'm surprised they're in on this at all, but I guess getting rid of Archangel is worth it.
Batman and Superman have died way more times officially in their comics than any Marvel characters. The extent of the multiverse doesn't matter. The existence of it at all makes complaints about changes to the MCU kind of pointless. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I'm a big Star Trek fan. So when I was growing up as a teenager and preteen, I read a lot of the novels that were written for Star Trek, for the original series and the Next Generation. And one of the first things that were always in the front of the book was, this is not canon. Anything in this book is a standalone thing, like it's its own separate universe, because anything that's written in this book may be overridden by any of the episodes or shows or movies that may come out in the future. So don't rely on it, just enjoy it. And I think that's the way they all should be. These mercs are so bad you're wearing an N7 armor and Miranda Service one. They don't bat an eye. This is true. I didn't even think of that.
What do we do once we're there? How do we get to Archangel?
The mercs will tell you when you get there. Last I heard, they were putting the freelancers into scouting groups. They attack in waves to distract Archangel while we try to get past his defenses.
Or maybe this merc just figures we are so badass, like I killed an N7 officer and took his armor for my own, and Miranda did the same for a Cerberus officer.
So we're just fodder for his bullets?
If you don't like it, don't sign up. But if you do your job right, it's easy credits. Besides, what are the odds he can kill all of you?
You'd like a good, clear universe you can escape in? If you want to read into stuff and speculate, make fan but then see, when you make fan theories, you are doing what was being done as far as the multiverse concept goes. I mean, it's fun to do that kind of stuff, but then you may end up disappointing yourself when those things don't come true or the way you think they should go. You know, I love speculation on, like, oh, what's going to happen next? What is this character going to do? What's that character going to do? Where are they going to end up? But I don't pin my hopes and dreams on those coming true. Roland Deschain, main character in the Dark Tower series, described as white with pale blue eyes by Stephen King, is being played by a black actor. peeps were met. Why? Oddly enough, not because he was black, but because him being white played a big part with the black character in the second book. It really is a pivotal part. So yeah, even you were a little hesitant. As much as you love Idris, still he looks good as Roland. I don't know if that matters. I mean, I've never read the books, but I'm sure they can change it so that things are different. Hey Kuja, how's it going? Hope you're having a good weekend. Well, it's fine if you get disappointed. Most comics now are fanfics. Yeah. And I'm not a big fan of fanfics. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I don't know. Some of them go into the very strange. It's the idea of it.
Where's the attack taking place?
Archangel's base of operations. He's been hiding right under our noses. I can't tell you exactly where you're going, but we'll get you there.
All right, let's go.
Where do we go?
Just head over to the transport depot outside the club. One of our boys will take you from there. Send in the next one.
Hey, is this where I sign up?
You look a little young to be freelancing as a merc.
I'm old enough.
I'm old enough.
I grew up on Omega. I know how to use a gun.
Do ya?
You'll need to know more than that if you want to survive.
I can handle myself. Besides, I just spent 50 credits on this pistol and I want to use it.
Get your money back.
Hey, what are you...
Trust me, kid. You'll thank me later.
Have I ever read the Doom fanfic Repercussions of Evil? No. Okay, I'll have to check that out later. If you could condense and summarize for us, that'd be great.
Is it just me, or are you getting better looking?
Nice. Alright. So I want to say there's a shuttle that takes us to the mission area. It's like a paragraph long, worth to read. But is the color of your belly yellow, monkey?
Ari's expecting me.
Omega, what a piss hole. At least it keeps you on your toes.
You put it
I
on
had to come
Discord?
here on business
Okay.
before. I feel like I need a shower afterward, in addition to normal decontamination.
Yeah, it's this guy.
I'm on the mission.
I hope you're ready. Archangel's been annihilating you freelancers.
It's worth discoloration for this? Mass Effect comics actually involve backstories to a lot of the grounded characters. Yeah, and I'm sure it's with the caveat that those backgrounds may change to accommodate future Mass Effect stories. Yeah, let's go. So it's just adding to the universe you already love. But not really. I think comic books with regards to the video game are not canon. One's about Rex when he's bounty hunting.
Ready when you are.
Get in.
Because a video game company does not want to be restricted by creative works that they did not create. As far as we know, Pi, that could be changed. Yeah, we got the loadout we need.
It's about time they sent me someone who looks like they can actually fight. They tell you what we're up against?
They can't add more to already finished story? Sure they can. They're called prequels.
The recruiter was a little vague.
We wouldn't get many hires if everyone knew the truth. Archangel's holed up in a building at the end of the boulevard over there. He's got superior position, and the only way in is over a very exposed bridge. It's a killing ground, but he's getting tired, making mistakes. We'll have him soon enough.
Jay and you had like a weeks-long discussion about the Dragon Age books because he doesn't like the fact that books were written with specific histories for certain characters. You do. You think they expand the universe greatly. But even then, those books could be overridden by future games or other content. And then what do? You've invested your time, not that that's a bad thing, but thinking that that is the way things are, but then they retconned it, they changed it. They add more impact to characters you already know. Yeah, and I'm not saying they don't add richness to the universe, but it may not be the truth, the final quote-unquote truth, that the company that owns the intellectual property may decide to go with that.
You guys have a plan?
A small team is waiting to infiltrate his hideout, but we need to draw Archangel's fire so they can move in.
And that's where we come in?
Exactly. You'll be on a distraction team. Head straight over the bridge and keep Archangel busy so the infiltration team can sneak in behind him.
Sounds a bit like a suicide mission.
Pretty much, but you look like you can handle it. Head up to the boulevard and get to the third barricade. Talk to Sergeant Kathka. He'll tell you when to go in.
So the bridge is the only way to his hideout?
Exactly. Archangel collapsed all the underground passageways and sealed the doors to the lower levels. We've got teams digging, but it's taking too long. If they can get the gunship flying again, that'll help. But I'm hoping the infiltration team will finish the job and we can all go home.
Gunship?
They were using a gunship to take out one guy?
Yeah, and Archangel shut it down. He didn't destroy it, but he knew just where to hit it to disable it. It wasn't even a fair fight. At least not for us.
We need to drop it because you understand what I'm saying. There's always a chance for retcons. The plus side of the BioWare books were written by the writers of the games. Yeah, but even then, that's not any kind of guarantee. Because the writer for Mass Effect 1, David Karpyshyn, I think is how you say his name, he had a story arc that went through Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, but he left at the end of Mass Effect 2, and they ended up changing the story at the end for Mass Effect 3. So his vision did not pan out. You just disagree with my opinion that all comics shouldn't be canon. Well, you shouldn't. I don't think you should think that they're canon, that they're beholden, that they're sacrosanct. You should be open to the idea that the intellectual property holder, which may or may not be a person, maybe a corporation, might change things. There's too many good comics that are what-ifs, Elseworld storylines that don't fall anywhere in the overall continuity. Oh, exactly. Like the Injustice God Among Us thing. I mean, there was a whole line of... Or there was an Elseworlds where Superman landed in Soviet Russia instead of in Kansas. And yeah, they are great because they play with the whole what-if scenario that, you know, these characters that you know and love, they have a little twist to them. Oh, it's called Red Sun? Right.
Where's the infiltration team now?
On the far side of the bridge near his hideout, but they can't get any closer without being seen.
How'd they get that close without being seen?
More distractions. Tarek used a gunship to keep Archangel busy. We were able to sneak a few men into his hideout before he took it down, but they're stuck there. We need to keep Archangel focused on the bridge so he doesn't find them and wipe them out.
Blizzard went back, checked all their lore books before adding more to the story to make sure their new explorations are lore friendly, which you really like the idea of everyone doing. And you understand. But even then, they did a lot of retcons. If you look at the... what were they called? They're a playable race in World of Warcraft. In Warcraft 3, they do not look like what they look like now. The Draenei, or whatever it's called. You just wish all writers would do that. But the thing is, a lot of these intellectual properties that we're talking about are owned by corporations. They're not owned by individuals. And so those corporations decide what they do with the story and plot lines of these various characters. And that will change over time because people's tastes will change. Draenei, or however you say that. And you have to make decisions based on what will sell, not what holds the best for the artistic integrity of the story or characters. And that's part of fandom that I personally find a little repugnant, is the idea of a kind of entitlement. Like, since you've been following the series for so long, you're entitled to have things unfold a certain way, or that characters act a certain way. Like, I'm a big Star Trek fan, but J.J. Abrams' Star Trek doesn't bother me at all. I like them as much as the original series.
What do you know about Archangel?
I'm the wrong guy to ask. I just do logistics. Tarek and the other Merc bosses have been dealing with him for a while now. But don't be surprised if they're not thrilled about talking to a freelancer.
I better go find Sergeant Kafka.
Good idea. Watch yourself on the boulevard. Archangel's killed dozens out there already.
Getting in, simple enough. Getting out, problematic.
One thing
Let's
at a
find
time.
him first. Then we'll figure out how to get back.
Shepard, I've scanned the area, but I am unable to plot any other paths to Archangel.
Guess we're going with the Mercs.
The heavy mechs and gunship possess considerable firepower. Weakening them before leaving will improve your chances.
Well, a good example of what I'm talking about is like Captain America at the end of the reboot or whatever, when it's revealed that he's been a member of Hydra his whole life or whatever. And that just, holy crap, the fans went crazy about that, and not crazy in a good way. Like, death threats were leveled against the writers of the story and the artists of the comic book, and that was horrible. That's not how things work, especially in comics, where there's usually a payoff, a reason when they do twists like that. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of fandom feels like they know what's best for the characters and stories, for what they are fans of, and I think they should lighten up and let things evolve as they will. You might get a little pissed the character's a bit different from source material, but you won't go apeshit. Yeah, I'm not saying you will, but yeah. A crazy person is crazy regardless. Well, the older I get, the more I think the majority of people on this planet are effing crazy. He's evil forever.
As the first wave goes in, the infiltration team will attempt to take Archangel by surprise. I don't expect much from the freelancers. When they fail, we are up next. The light mechs go in first. If that's not enough, we send in the heavy. Be prepared. Do you need something?
Who you be?
You lead the Eclipse?
You figure that out by yourself? I'm Jareth. I run Omega's Eclipse. What do you need, freelancer?
So the infiltration team is the main focus of the attack?
Tarek's plan, not mine. He doesn't want to lose any more men, so he's throwing you freelancers at the problem. Archangel's not going anywhere, so I suppose there's no harm in trying. Who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky.
So you're just gonna hide here while the freelancers get killed?
Precisely. You're paid to be a distraction, nothing more. Whether you survive or not is up to you.
Why there were Eclipse on Omega in the first place?
Since you care so much, Eclipse controls almost 20% of Omega. Our transports and mechs keep the EZO moving.
Sounds very organized.
Eclipse runs like a well-oiled machine, but Omega is anything but organized. It's a constant battle for control. Then Archangel comes along and complicates things even more.
Why does Archangel give you so much trouble?
Ask him. I'm just here to make as much money as I can. We didn't come to Omega to be constrained by laws and regulations. He'll regret ever coming to Omega, I promise you.
Seems like this is personal for you.
He raided one of my transports last month, killed 2 of my best operatives. One of them was my brother, so yes, it's pretty damn personal.
You don't even count that canon because it was obviously to get attention. Captain America's still not Hydra. Well, I don't think it was just to get attention. I think I want to say this next issue clears things up a little bit, but and sets more things up. But I don't know. I find it disturbing that people want there to be a canon, a Bible, a source of material that is immutable, unchangeable, and I don't know. I think creative works are organic, and if they need to change, if background stories need to change, or if characters need to change, whether if it's their gender or their race or whatever, for the benefit of the story, to tell the story a different way, I think that's totally fine. I don't believe in canon. That's the thing. I don't believe canon exists.
What do you know about Archangel?
His life expectancy is shortening quickly.
Is that it? Nobody seems to know anything about him.
Look around, you'll learn what you need to know. He's smart, he's resourceful, and he's dangerous. But we've got him cornered. He won't be making fools of us much longer. Can I assist you further?
Where did he come from? Who is he?
Even his team didn't know that. Maybe we'll know more once we have his body. Of course, it really won't matter then.
I'll get going.
Good idea.
Reading is for yellow bellies. Tarek, I've spoken to Garm, and he and his men are on board. Assuming this operation is successful, we can count on high morale and extensive buy-in from the men. From the losses we've already taken, possibility exists that we won't have the men needed to continue on to the next objective. It's clear, though, that none of our organizations would be ready to move on Arya without the assistance of the other two. Aha. I want to say there's something nice in this room. Yeah, like I can mess with these robots. Hacking! Time for some hacking. That one. Because that is how you hack. Right. Targeting parameters reconfigured.
That should
Sleepy
slow him
pie.
down.
Perfect. It'll be hostile if they activate it.
That's not a nice thing to say.
You're in the wrong place, freelancer.
You the Blood Pack leader?
Name's Garm. That's all you need to know. I'm stuck here waiting till you freelancers are done playing war. Ask your questions and go.
You're a headcanon guy, so while you have very strong feelings about yours, I don't get fussed about the decisions that others make that vary from mine, or changes made to what I see as my world by the owners and developers of my entertainment. Because that's all it is, entertainment. Exactly.
When did the Blood Pack attack?
Damn Tarek wants us to wait. I hate waiting. But he says the Suns have a plan, and they don't want us getting in their way. We're supposed to wait until the Eclipse send their mechs. We'll see.
Why are the Blood Pack on Omega?
We're the muscle on this bloody station. You need protection or want someone removed, talk to us. The Blood Pack are everywhere on Omega. Everybody loves us, and everybody hates us.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I'm guessing Archangel mostly just hates you.
He's just an uptight asshole. I don't really care what he thinks. But he's costing me men and making me work for my money. I'll be the one to take him out today. You watch. I'm the only one who's fought him one-on-one.
What do you know about Archangel?
He's a pain in the ass. He's a Turian, which makes him slightly worse to look at than you.
And he's brave, till he realizes you're more than he bargained for.
Sounds like you've had personal experience.
He tried to take me down once. Waited till I was alone. Longest damn fight of my life. But I held him off till my men showed up. He wasn't so tough after that. We chased him over half of Omega. Almost had him. But the slippery bastard snuck away before we could pin him down.
Yeah, I remember that too. And that's something, I don't know. I think that's something that might be a maturity or age thing. Because when you're young, you want everyone to like that. Everyone that you like to like the same exact things that you like, and be into the things that you're into, and like the music that you like, and the books that you like, and because you think those are the connections that you make with people, and they kind of are, but those are the superficial connections you make with people. It's the deeper stuff that matters.
I should get going.
About time.
Camera did something weird there. It's on my way out. Jeez.